Righto guys, good morning, welcome back to another episode. We're super stoked to be getting back out in the Gold today. I've just on my way out to the spot and I've decided to pull up at this little spring that's tucked away here behind me. Beautiful little spring usually, but as I was flying over it didn't look like there was much water in it, so we're going to take a wander up there, see if we can't top up our water bottle with some beautiful Western Australian natural spring water, and we'll go from there. Righto, let's get up in. God, there's a horrible smell coming from this creek here. I just found what it was. Oh, one big old bull here didn't quite make it. Didn't quite make it in for a drink by the look of it. Anyway, circle of life. He didn't quite make it in for a drink. But anyway, we'll get up here and see what that spring's like. Oh, geez, he stinks. There's another one that didn't quite make it. This one's a donkey. There are hundreds of wild donkeys that live throughout the Pilbara and the Gascoyne. And they rely on water sources like this one up here for survival. So when they go dry, they've either got to find water elsewhere or they perish. And this poor old critter here, he's perished. That's the reality of living in the bush. Tell you what, outback Australia, she's got some pretty harsh conditions. And I don't think any more harsher than Western Australia's outback. It's just hard ground, it's dry, it's bloody hot. The elements really do test you, and there's a shortage of food, so if you can't find food and water out here, you're going to perish. You're going to end up like old donkey nuts over there. Anyway, poke up here a bit further. Righto, we're getting close now. But I tell you what, as we poke in here, I can smell it. It's not good. It's not good at all. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. One cow here going in and perished, trying to get a drink, probably just slipped in off these rocks here. Fallen in, pretty weak, it's dry here. Certainly beautiful nonetheless. So not the greatest sight, but there's water coming down through the rocks here, so that's a good thing. That water's going to be as fresh can be. Oof, alright, don't fall in there. Ugh. You can see cattle tracks here, look. That's a hoof print right there. They've been walking around this edge here, up these rocks to try and avoid that stagnant, tainted water. And they've been getting a fresh drink out of here, look. That little tiny pool. Fresh, beautiful fresh water coming out of there. Lovely. Tell you what, that is just splendid. On a hot day, you'd have to camp up here. If you had no water left in your bottle, you would have to just camp up here and wait for help. It'd be suicide going out there looking for someone to find you. This water right here, save your life. In a dry year like it is today, we've still got water seeping through these rocks. And I'll tell you what, it supports so much life. And at the end of the day, this stuff is more valuable than gold. All the gold in the world isn't worth your life. It's certainly not worth your perishing. And top my little water bottle up best I can with a few drops at a time. Not that it needs much, I'm pretty full. Thankfully, because if we were relying on this, it'd take a long time to fill that bottle up. Righto, we're good to go. Let's get out of here, eh? One thing I find astonishing about this little spot is that there's no Aboriginal art. And I would have thought that a place like this had sustained the old blackfellas for a long time, but I don't know. There might be a reason they never left their mark, but it's not often in this country you don't find a bit of sign from the old blackfellas where they would have inhabited for quite a while. This spring would have been quite prominent back in the day too, I'd imagine. Anywho, off we go. Righto, we're back out in the open. Found our bird. Look at the size of that pad, would ya? Animal's been trotting in here for a drink for years. Anyway, we'll go and get on the gold, dig a few targets, and yeah, see if we can't make a couple of days of it. Beautiful. Water bottle's full, crashed the drone. God, breaking everything today. Anyway, hopefully we don't break anything else. Alright, see you on the flip side. Righto, we've just landed at our beautiful little spot here. We're ready to go. We've got the doors off because I've got a bit of food in the chopper. I don't want to get too hot. We'll cook that later. We've got the bum bag, we've got the pack, we've got the swag. We've got the gorgeous Blue Eddy down there doing its thing. How's it getting on? 98%. Love this thing. Blue Eddy, game changer. Absolute game changer. So it's just charging the battery up there at the moment. We've got plenty of water, a couple of spare coils, spare detector even. I've got this little hill in mind. I was over there the other day, pulled about 15 pieces out of there. Anyway, we're going to go and clean a bit of spinifex off it and see what we can't find there. And then we'll go for a bit of an explore. Yeah, we should do all right. I'm just going to clean that little patch up, go from there. Righto, see you when we get the gold. First things first, we're going to get on the rake and rake some of this spinifex up. All right, a little bit of work. 10 minutes worth, we've cleared a nice little patch there. There's our pile of spinifex. You've never seen spinifex before, my God. That is spiky as hell. You run your jeans through there and the little prickles get in there and they stay there. You get it in your socks or anything like that, you're going to throw them out. So, but it burns really well. If you ever need to start a fire, you get some of this and put on your fire. Whoompa, up she goes. But anyway, we're not going to burn it today because the amount of spinifex that's on this hill, that will absolutely get out of control. It'll be a raging bushfire. And it's not great practice to go burning on country just to find a bit of gold, so we just rake it up. Less impact. Animals still have somewhere to live, little lizards and that. And then the birds have something to feed on and circle of life and all that stuff. But anyway, spinifex, no good, that old stuff. Cattle won't eat it. Cattle only going to eat this fresh green shoots, the real young stuff. So anyway, let's do a bit of prospecting. Alright, beautiful little target right there, just below this tree. Bring the camera down a bit closer. So it's paid off, we're on a really thick patch of gold. And we've got our first target within probably 30 seconds of swinging here. Turn this off so you get a listen to this target. Somewhere here. Beautiful, so that's the sound we want to hear. Ignore that crap because that's just rubbish. I'm just going to go ahead and dig that. And it's still deep, so it's over an inch deep. Relatively soft shale. Ooh, that's a good target. So 2 inches down. Making a hell of a noise with this little 10x5 Gold Hawk coil from Coil Tech. That's what we like to hear. Gonna have to go 2 hands here, I think. So we're about 2.5 inches down already. It's going to be a nice piece of gold, this. Right, we're out. So somewhere in there. Righto, so we're buried in the back of the pile there. Let's get you a bit closer here. Somewhere down here in the back. Oh, good target. It's going to be a nice lump of gold, this, and I can see it right there in my hand. And you know what? It leads you to believe it's going to be something huge. It's actually not. So that's it. That scream, that's got to be 4 or 5 inches deep. The first piece for this trip is a beautiful piece of gold there. 10x5 has picked that up down there. It's quite deep. So it's picked that up at about 4 inches, I reckon that is. So not too bad. Righto, on to the next one. Alright, so we just got a very, very subtle target just here. So when people say low and slow, this is what they mean, because you'd miss that if you're going too quick. It's going to be super small or super deep. Righto, so we're right in there somewhere. We're getting closer, so it's going to get louder. Oh no, we're still about 2 inches down. We're out of the hole, it's just going to be really small. Alright, don't even see it yet. Let's just try it on the magnet. Ah, look at that. Nothing. Must be a bit of gold in there somewhere, I just can't see it. There it is. There it is, minuscule. God, struggling to even see that. This is exactly why they built this 10x5 coil on the 6000. Size of that tiny, tiny speck. That there would be half, probably a third of a match head. Lovely bit of gold nonetheless. And we'll keep working. Righto, so we've dug a half a dozen targets here just now. It's got a really nice signal just here under this tree. I can give you a look at that one. Obviously you can't film every target, but he would be here all day. Somewhere here. Just over here. That's a nice target, that. Nice broad signal. It's going to be a nice little nugget, that one. Ah, stand up, you bastard. There goes my battery. Righto, I'll get a spare one, hang on. Beauty. Good timing too, eh? Right on the gold. And good little nugget down there. Okay, so we're right on the edge there. Bugger, I was hoping it was going to be deeper. That's about 2.5 inches there. In there somewhere. You loud? Very loud. That's it there. So it's not a huge nugget, but it's a nugget nonetheless. It's just chunky, just a chunky little nugget. Chunky little lump of gold. Beautiful, lovely. 10x5 just smashes it. Flies are coming out. Might be time for a bit of lunch, I reckon. I picked up a tin of spaghetti from the Mount Augusta store this morning. Beautiful. Just going to smash this down and we'll get back straight back into it. Work this for another hour and then we might go for an explore and see what we can't find out wide. Righto, we did pretty good then. We've just spent probably maybe 2 hours here. And we pulled a heap of spinifex out. We raked it up a bit. This is the result. I think we did okay for the short amount of time that we've even been on site. So we've got, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we had 24 pieces there, 24 nuggets. But that's us for there. We're gonna put these in the jar and we'll go for an explore and see what we can't find a bit further out, see if we can chase something a bit bigger. We know there's a lot of small nuggets here. I'll put a bigger coil over it later to get a bit of depth and see if there's anything bigger, deeper. But we're going to go and have a little rest, cold drink, little snack, and then we're going to go and venture out wide. So stay tuned, as they say. All right, so there it is, straight in the scoop. Nice little round bit of gold. Put that in the jar. Righto, I'm done. 3 days out here. It's hot. 8 till midnight is what we've been working, and I think we've come up with the goods. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 species and a jar full of nuggies. So I'm really happy. Righto, so time for the ever important weigh up. Let's tell you what we'll do, we'll tear that lid off. Well, we've cracked half an ounce. We've done 17.3 grams. So that's not too bad. Not as good as the last little trip we had, but far out. I'm stoked with that because I didn't have to do much walking. It was all situated on one bank there. So yeah, really happy with that. Once again, huge thanks to Blue Eddy. Blue Eddy have come on board and supplied this AC70P. Cannot recommend them highly enough. Get down to Blue Eddy Australia, spend some money. They are absolutely worth their weight in gold. So time for me to hit the sky, pack up. We'll leave this campsite a little bit better than when we found it. And yeah, on to the next adventure. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe in the bush, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.